Hello, everyone. This is Seeker, Messenger of Truth. I'm sitting here receiving a very deep trigger message. The divine is talking to me, and I'm receiving a lot of very disturbing information. This channeling that I'm doing right now, I'm in the midst of it in the trance, and said, let me record what I'm doing. It has me sitting in a state of complete wow, jaw-dropping information. To some, it may seem blasphemous, but I'm going to let you in on a deep, dark secret. I don't know if you're ready, but this channel is the truth about Eve's wisdom. All of a sudden, I was put into a trance out of nowhere, playing my little game on my phone. And I was feeling sort of transformed. I found myself as a snake and an asp, actually. And I was climbing, or rather I should say I was slithering around this tree. And boop, what do you know? There's Eve before me. What I'm going to say to you guys is really going to blow your mind. Evil source, Satan, was not the snake. Sorry. I hate to blow your bubble, but he simply was not. This bit of information was carried from the divine. I know this is going to sound very disrespectful, but trust me, this is coming straight from the divine. That's all I deal in is light, the Holy Most High. And I questioned and said, what is this you're showing me? Let me break it down for you as to what I was told. The feminine energy, women, are the spiritual partner in a relationship. It's always been that way since the beginning of time. The Holy Spirit speaks. But spirit takes the form of female. The positive energy of spirituality is feminine. Why is that? Because the masculine energy represents the physicality of the human realm. It's his world. He was created, the man's world, he was created, man, for the world. He was given a job to tend to the fields, tend to the earth. That was created by the Creator. Name these things, name the beasts and such. Oversee the land. When Eve was created, she was a part of Him. She is creation. She represents life. Without her, there is nothing new. Nothing is born. Nothing can be manifested without the creation. Part of it all. You understand? Let me break this down. Wisdom. She had the wisdom. How did she get the wisdom? Through the divine. For her to know truth. Evil source, aka Satan, would never want you to know the truth. I'm going to let this sit for a moment. His whole thing is deception, confusion, hiding in the shadows, and such. But as we know, the human realm is an illusion. I'll let that sit for a moment. I'm going to let that set for a moment. See, everyone talks about the snake and how it's deception and deceitful and all these different things. But a snake actually represents transformation. It represents the shedding of the old for something new. When it outgrows its skin, it's because it's evolved. Everyone talks about the butterfly because it goes within and then handles itself. And then it goes through a very grueling process of eating itself. That's a whole nother thing. Quite disturbing. But if you look at it, all of evolvement and enlightenment, healing and such in the awakening and ascension process is all about the shedding. It's all about going through something that's very painful. I heard that self-induced. Shed what no longer serves you. Wisdom and truth would never have been known to the human realm, which is what everyone's awakening to now, without the asp. The wisdom of the asp. The healing of the asp. Think about it. Asp. The medical healing symbol, don't laugh if I don't enunciate it correctly, the Asclepius, I think that's what it's called. The snake goes around it. That's healing. Physician, heal thyself. We learn how to evolve and heal during this ascension process through the shedding of that, through the healing of this. the wisdom and the knowledge. We wake up to the lies. Our third eye is open and we see truth. That's what happened with Eve. She wasn't cursed with menstrual. She was not cursed. Blood means life. Make it make sense, people. In the religious sector, supposedly the blood of Christ is what saves you. The blood that flows is of life. It's what nurtures. It's what sits in, and the fetus is born, and it is feeding from the same nutrients that are flushed away every cycle. There's a new cycle every time, waiting to be used. I hope I'm making sense with this. I'm trying to explain it as best as I have received it. Trust me when I tell you. I knew a little, but here is the whole shebang-a-bang right here. She was awakened by the tree of knowledge. They give an apple to the teacher. Why do they do that? Because the teacher has knowledge and is shown his wisdom of respect. An apple away keeps the doctor away, they say. Knowledge is healing. Wisdom is the best medicine. I'm going to let all this sit for just a moment. The attack that's going on upon womb man, WOMBMAN. That's the correct way of it. That's the correct spelling of it. There's man, and then there's womb man. We kept it simple back then. She gives life. She births life. Never is that a curse. It's a blessing on how to be fruitful and multiply. It's a blessing to be fruitful, to procreate, multiply. She was awakened by the divine to know truth, so that she could guide Adam, man, because she was given the gift of wisdom, which is the gift of life. I'll let that sit for a moment. Honor women. But women have a thing that they don't understand. Their power is to support, to guide man, to guide him. But the man is to lead. We're supposed to go this way, is what she would say. Okay, let me lead the way. For any obstacles, her life should be simple. Any dangers, he will see them and will remove them to protect her. So when you see a woman that's following, it's about the respect that man has for his mate. He's leading because he's going to protect whatever he foresees in their journey. Yes, roles are an important factor in any union, in any dynamic, in any family. She receives through dreams and spirit. She guides and gives the advice to man. Man's supposed to go into prayer and say, give me strength. Is this what it is you wish for me to do? And then they journey on together. Going back to the asp, we have to remember in the religious sector, anything and everything will be used or was used by the Holy Most High Divine to get his point across. Is this not true? Think about it. A burning bush, an ass. Come on. And it's interesting. It's symbolic of the Asclepius, that the snake or the asp is going around just as the asp was going around the tree. We must sit within. We must stay connected to the Holy Most High. You know, I always say to people, stop giving Satan, aka evil source, so much credit. Like I spoke in my lecture and I said, how much of the obstacles and blockages are of your own? The enemy is not always at the base. You're standing in your own way because you want to do it your way. We look at this whole situation. You have to understand, there was no way for procreation without the blood of life. Let me just look at this. Let me explain this to you. You look at a vampire. You've seen all vampire movies and things. What is it that they need past anything? They don't need anything else. They need blood flow. They need the blood. They need life to exist. And that's blood. And the blood flow. What is it in the religious sector? The blood of Christ. And they said, take up this cup. This is a representation of the blood that flows within. I'm not going to go into depth. I'm just planting these seeds. I'll probably lose some more of you, but that's okay. I'm told this is the way. This should be shared, and it should be known. Therefore, even if you disagree with it, share it. Share it. Sit in meditation and see what I'm telling you. It's important that we learn and accept truth. But know for sure that Satan was not that snake. It was not. We look at man in that time back then and what he says in a woman's place. So what would it be other than what man would think a woman? She was cursed. She was not cursed. It doesn't even make sense. It's a beautiful thing. It's life. Without it, there is no life. Women, stand up. Womb men, stand up and respect yourselves. Don't play dominance. Put the Lilith, Jezebel spirit to death. That's a whole nother story. She wasn't a demon either. And she sure as heck didn't have anything to do with Satan. She despised man. And then, who do you think is out here running amok, attacking woman? but her. Because she's been honored. She represents femininity, grace, and submission. Nurturing, procreating. She don't want none of that. She didn't want no part of that. She didn't want nothing to do with that. And she was the ultimate being. Let's just leave it at that. Be smart, people. Think about God's goodness and His grace, especially His mercy. And when they're talking about born of sin, let me just hit that a minute. This is what I'm being told. Hit that. They're talking about the world. Being in a world of free will and fornication, lust, greed, all the temptation. That's all that means. Born in a world of temptation to pull you away from the Holy Most High, to keep the being from being virtuous and walking in a righteous path. Moderation and balance is what keeps them from the sin. Hoarding is greed. It's a sin. That chick who wanted to do 365 dudes or 300 some plus dudes in 365 days. Come on. That's trash. That's beyond fornication. That's lust, and definitely would be considered what? A sin. There's nothing healthy about that. The desires of the flesh need to be tamed. No matter what it is. Addictions is what it means. That could be food. That could be alcohol. Anything that has your complete messed up life because of it. Just remember to learn to listen from where the message, not from where it's coming from. Let's remember that. Eve was awakened by the wisdom of the tree of knowledge given to her through the divine. And I heard third eye chakra. I was told her third eye. It was awakened in the midst of the flesh, so that she may see truth of the coming days, of all there is to happen. I hope this didn't offend anyone. But I am so grateful for the divine, the Holy Most High, taking time out again to sit me down and say, hey, there's more. And my people need to know. I love doing what I do. I am here to spread the truth. I am here to help awaken. My purpose is to stir the beings so they could be awakened. Many of you are very judgmental on that, but that's okay. I stand here in my purpose. When the Holy Most High had Jesus come down here, Jesus doing what he was doing, people didn't like him either. All you guys have all this, they're talking about how wonderful he was, but do you really sit down and think about what his life was like? They did not like him. He came and stirred the pot and told the people this was in what they was doing was incorrect. So as that little saying goes, what would Jesus do? I'm doing it right now. I'm stirring that pot. And I love doing my purpose. This is the best mission I've had in all my incarnations. Love to all, peace to all, wonders to thee. Ciao.